All right, Jeremy, we're going to look at the Sales Navigator AI assisted search
What
feature
the
that
fuck is
came
that,
out.
Jack?
I don't know, Jeremy. I don't know, but we're gonna mess around with it and see if it's actually helpful. I'll
All
put
right, all
your
right.
camera up here. And the idea, it says, simplify your search with the help of AI. Start by describing your ideal buyer, and I'll use this info to apply filters and provide tips. So,
Does it actually work? Have you tried it?
yes, I have tried it, and I think it's like Chat GPT where um, it can be very useful, but if you prompt it incorrectly, it's garbage. You know what I mean? So um,
Isn't that like the Bing of search?
the Bing of search, what do you mean? Like the worst search that ever was?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Do
it
people use
is at the
that?
moment, but I have a feeling it'll be a little bit helpful for refining. Um, but today I
Okay,
think it would be useful to explore maybe the limitations so we know where this may lead you off the path, and maybe we can arrive at a couple um, worthwhile features or queries that you may want to try out on your own,
awesome.
more
I
or
want
less.
to hear
Yeah.
your take on it.
Yeah. So, okay. So we're going to hear the take. And here's the overview. It's like now we have kind of two sections here. This diamond thing pulls up the AI assisted search, but if you don't want anything to do with that, which I think 90% of you are going to stick to the old filters, you still have those. Okay. And
Got
you can
it.
expand it just like you used to. But what it looks like right now, Jeremy, is this AI section, all it's doing is it's taking sentences and pulling apart what filters it should put in place for you.
That's
Okay, so
lame.
well, it's lame, but I think the user that's going to get the most excited about the early stage AI assisted search right now is going to be first time Sales Navigator salespeople. You're an SDR, fresh out of school. You may not be as familiar with the functions or titles or whatever the classic filters may be. You may want to try and do a search. So let's not waste much time.
Yeah, I
Let's
want
just
to
do
see
it.
it.
Okay, so let's look at the prompt here. Let me see if I can make my screen a little bigger. Okay, so the prompt it's giving us at the moment as like the boilerplate. Try this one is find director plus at IT companies. So why don't we start there? Find director. I don't know why the plus is at IT companies. And we're going to get frustrated really quick, Jeremy. Okay. I'm going to back out just a bit.
All right, all right.
So we give it about 10 seconds. Okay. And it recommends um, some narrowing down steps,
Oh, that's
but I
nice.
don't want to get to that yet. I don't want to get to
Okay,
that
okay,
yet.
okay.
Basically, find director at IT companies. We can see like, you're going to laugh, but this is the back end of what actually happened. Okay. Um, so it applied some filters for us. Everything's blank except for seniority level. Should we bash them right away?
I mean,
Um,
come
we
on,
we
that's
asked. Hold on. Let's refresh. And by the way, this is the quote verbatim query it recommended we take. It says find director at IT companies for
Jack.
seniority level, Jeremy.
I'm just wasting my time here. Like, is there actually any usage in that AI stuff?
There will be when we're going to get to it. Actually, this is probably a good point to realize that like it's garbage on with like a slight asterisk. It's helpful
Okay,
for
okay.
refining. So
Oh, okay,
now
okay,
probably a good point to pause. Quick sponsor shout out. Most
okay.
B2B companies lack the time or expertise to turn cold leads into warm sales qualified leads and appointments. That's why at salesspread.com, we're going to bring you a lead a day by sending ultra personalized cold emails and LinkedIn messages. So you don't have to worry about list building or personalization, follow ups, or copywriting expertise, or everything in between. So if you want a healthier sales pipeline without actually having to do the work, head over to salespread.com, click the contact button, and let's get in touch.
Yeah, it's like using the AI tool of Sales Navigator. You just tell
my
Jack what you
Yeah,
need.
in theory. Yeah, that's actually true.
Yeah.
You could say like, "Hey, I tried the AI filter and it's awful." What I really wanted it to find was, but
Yeah, makes
it is
sense.
Jeremy. Tell us about Quickmail, and then we're
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
get
not
on with
sure if
the show.
Quickmail wants to sponsor this episode.
Well, look, here's like the reaction I'm getting is I think it's important to stay on top of feature
No,
releases.
no, of
I
course. I'm
wouldn't be
pulling your
shocked.
leg. I'm pulling your
Yeah,
leg, Jack.
okay. But we're gonna get to better stuff. But tell us about Quickmail, and then we're gonna get into
All
how it's
right, like
useful.
2 seconds. Quickmail is an awesome tool when you want to do the cold outreach yourself. And we're actually doing more than cold outreach, actually, at the moment. We're also creating playbooks for anyone who wants to use automation for their business. That could be re-engaging prospects, old clients, that could be surveying your existing clients and stuff like that. So more on that later, but I think for now that's good. Check out quickmail.io if you want to have some type of automated outreach. There you go.
All right. Well said, Jeremy. So let's go ahead and clear the searches we had, and let's just give it a really easy one. And again, like we're just going to build here. We'll do a simple one. And by the way, throw in
Hey,
the 10-minute timer so we don't get
oh
super far.
yeah, we are already. Hey, I
Yeah,
got another idea actually on how we could
yeah.
actually use that, or maybe not. But what do you think? Usually when we're working with agency, you have like a form to fill about like, hey, tell us about your customer, tell us about whatever, and so on. And would that actually be helpful for populating that and then automatically doing the queries? I mean, I don't know, just like spitballing here,
When
really.
the queries, yeah, when the queries are good enough, maybe.
Right.
But let's go through like some basics here. I said, okay, show me CEOs, and fortunately, it took that and put in chief executive officer, which okay,
Okay.
not bad. At least we got something. We got something. Okay. Now let's use it. We're gonna say now make sure the company has at least, let's see how it does. 500 employees. So in theory, it should put the 501 to 1,000 to. It should actually throw in a couple filters here. So let's see what it did. Oh, okay. Finally, this is the first time it gave a filter that actually saved a little bit of time. Do you agree, Jeremy?
Not really. Look, it says 10,000 plus.
No,
How
no. Check
much?
out my query. No, it's
Yeah, how
correct.
much?
Watch. So I said, make sure they have at least
Oh,
500.
at
So now
least.
I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
have
I
to.
got it wrong. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so this first time saved a little time here. Let's see.
Yeah.
And now
By the way, if
make
you're listening
sure
and you think, this has tremendous value, just let us know in the comment.
that's true. Okay, so I did a second filter. I wanted this to be easy. This is a gimme for LinkedIn. I said now make sure they've recently posted on LinkedIn, which by the way, I love this filter. It shows who's actually
Yeah, I do
using
that actually. I
LinkedIn.
used it too actually
Yeah,
recently, just to make sure you got a higher chance of getting accepted, really.
there you go. Okay, so now it actually took care of that for me. And so here we are, like phase one, we can agree that if you ask it the basics, it'll do the basics, and it may even save a little bit of time. Okay, now let's go one level deeper, where I'm not going to ask anything like creative problem solving ISK, but there's wiggle room to get this wrong. So let's see how it does. I'm going to say make sure. I don't know why I keep saying make sure, but they work at
Because you
IBM
don't trust it.
or Apple. Okay, so we know what this should result in. But IBM or Apple, it's possible for them to get that wrong. There could be the Apple, or there's like a retailer called Apple. Let's see how they did. Nailed it, Jeremy. How about it?
Nice. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
impressed.
So what we could do, and what I'm going to do is just for fun, I'm going to try. I've never tried this before. On my other monitor, I'm going to say top 10 tech companies, and I'm literally going to paste in
That's nice.
um, a couple, yeah, a couple names here. So let's see if this is going to shortcut any like. So I don't know, Jeremy, how much you're using Sales Nav, but let's say you have a list of 50 target accounts.
That
It's
is
annoying.
annoying. I agree.
So
This is
annoying. Okay,
annoying.
so let's see if we can shortcut this. Let's pull up our
Ooh.
AI tool. Okay, you see how we're like we're babying it into getting us,
You could have started like
also
that, Jack. This is actually helpful.
they work at these companies. So we're gonna say, oh, come on, Jack. Make sure they work at these companies as well. Or maybe let's do a different phrase. They can also work at these companies as well. So we're going to say Amazon, and it won't let me add a new row here. Let's do Tesla. Let's do one more here. Let's do Samsung and see what it gives us. Samsung. Okay. Look at that. 5 others. Jeremy, I think they got it going on over here.
Yeah, that's fine. I would have expected all
Okay.
into one line, comma separated.
Yeah, that's a
Because
good
then
point
in
here.
this case, you can effectively
No.
just export and then just right
Okay,
away
so
get
let's try
stuff.
this. Let's try what you said. They can also work at, and then here's the first copy paste. Apple, Alphabet, Samsung, Precision Industry,
We
whatever,
may need a quote in between, but I think
like a
it's going to
comma.
be too stupid,
Mhm.
but oh,
It's
maybe not.
It's not.
Hmm.
What do you think of that? First time saver, second
I
time
think
saver.
this could actually be helpful.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so now these are like the 10 biggest technology companies, but I'm going to give it quick mail. I'm going to see if it is better at large and small companies. Let's try. They can also work at quick mail. Should I say .com? How is it on
No,
LinkedIn?
just say quick mail and we'll see. These are the quick mails.
Yeah, there is, and that's what I'm curious what it'll do. If it'll just break, or if it's going to.
It didn't actually added it. Did it add it?
Mm,
I didn't see
no,
quick
it did
mail.
not.
So
No, it. Oh, yeah, it didn't. It didn't.
Yeah.
Add quick mail as a target company. Target company. That's not something I can help with. Okay. All right. Okay.
You can't
So
poach my
wait a minute. That
my
worked.
employees.
That
Jack.
worked. Wait a minute. That worked, Jeremy.
Oh, did it? Oh shit, it did.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which quick mail it is for, because all one is a capital M. This one is a small M.
Right. Okay. So there you go. So
Not be
we
the right
finally got
one.
an insight after 15 minutes here, but probably not want to use this as a like a way to entering company names unless you're going after Fortune,
the big ones. Yeah.
right? And even then, I would be a little bit wary because it's so easy to throw in the wrong company and then all of your targeting will not work here. Okay, so what I'm curious about is, let's see what suggestions they've thrown out here. Okay, so they're saying, all right, what if we said, okay, this will be interesting. You know how sometimes you may have like, okay, we can target Europe, but we're definitely, not Spain or not Portugal, but everything
Can you
else.
say, all European countries except Spain, for example?
Okay, cool. So the person can be located anywhere in Europe
Except
for Spain. And
Spain.
this would be the
No
first
problem with Spain,
one.
but
Yeah, exactly. But let's see how this
what does it
goes.
say?
All right, hold on.
Applying zero filters.
That's fine. No, the zero filters is because I'm looking for like, the CEO of said companies that posted. So that's not going to be appropriate here. Let's look at
Oh, I see.
role function.
Geography. Look, it didn't actually do anything.
Okay, personnel. Sure enough. Okay, I think we can try this again.
What did the AI said? Like when you typed it. Oh, we don't.
Let's look.
Everything just
Okay.
What did he say?
It's just like, okay, now. Okay, let's do this. make sure. I think make sure leads to better results for so many reasons. They live in Europe. Let's just try this super basic one here. Okay. That's not something I can help with.
Man, this is rubbish. We should start the episode
Yeah.
here and just, tell our customers or the customers. I'm just too used to talk about customers. Tell our listeners that, don't bother with this crap.
It's early stages, right? No, it is early stages. I think if we did this in 6 months, we may be able to do, I'm going to say like
That's Bing,
entry
man.
level queries like Europe, except for Spain.
I don't believe it a second. I think this is totally shit. And I think LinkedIn just added it because they needed to have AI.
You're right. But watch the danger here, Jeremy. Watch the danger here. I'm going to clear all.
What am I missing?
This is what someone is going to put in. Find startup founders.
Okay.
Now, this is a really scary query because it actually gives you results. Okay. Job title is founder. Keyword is startup.
Okay.
Do you see where this can go off the rails?
Yeah, of course. So many people just mentioned their CEO of their own sort of like little company that makes zero money with no employee that is just on the side. Yes.
Right.
As a side job.
But what it should have said here, Jeremy, is
like drone pilot. Like, how is that, startup founder?
You're right. But it should have said, I'm sorry, I cannot process this query. But it actually said, okay, here you go, startup founders, boom. So that's a good note to end on, is use this and it will likely lead you astray. But at the very least, it may speed up how you input a large list of companies. If
that could be helpful. Yeah. Because I can see that as part of a process, Would you actually, quick question for you, Jack, would you actually prefer to have a URL builder or using this AI assistant?
I mean, not this AI assistant, that's for sure. For sure. I mean, it's not trustworthy. It's like
it's worse than an intern, honestly.
I was gonna say, if this is an intern, they need way more training. Yeah. So we'll leave it at that. And if you're still here, it means while this cast was not
nothing else to do.
Other ones. Are you still here? No, I'm just kidding. If you're here, I encourage you to check out course.quickmail.io.
Way more value.
Podcast is fun, but the course is where we sat down and basically spelled out how to run a cold email effort, just like those big shiny agencies do. That's over at course.quickmail.io. All right, Jeremy, rate the podcast. Was this like 2 thumbs down or only half a thumb?
I think it was fun. It's the end of the year. I'm happy to have fun with you and the listeners. Hopefully they had also some good laugh about how the AI is performant on LinkedIn. This is a danger of just throwing AI to any product. Like, we got to get AI. It's like, for what? Like,
doesn't it feel like they launched it way too early?
I mean, it's useless, honestly. Everyone just prefer to click stuff rather than actually just, anyway. Any professional would prefer that. We're not there, but I don't think we will be. It's like saying Bing is going to be there next year. Yeah, right.
Up and coming. Look out, Google. All right, Jeremy. Thank you for the conversation.
Thanks for the laugh, Jack.
See ya.
Yeah.